Hey y'all, my name is Bailey Morrison, and throughout Module 4 with chapters 5 and 6, the first question being pick one of the following, and I chose finding people to date. Two things that I learned from the book were the book listed, it had a graph, and it had pros on one side and cons of like going to the internet to find your partner, like dating sites and stuff like that. And I read through the pros, it was pretty normal. Pros, cons, I was like, yeah, okay, I agree. I get to the last con, and it says only losers resort to the internet, like as a form of looking for your partner. And I was like, there's no way that is like a real con in this real textbook. But anyway, and then the second thing that I learned was that I learned the fact, I'm sorry, both of these are very informal facts, but I learned that they put dating ads in the newspaper. And the way that the book set it up, it said, yeah, that they put dating stuff online just as they do the newspaper. Like the newspaper would be the one that was understood, and then the online one wasn't. But I'm pretty sure with this generation it would be vice versa, because I had no idea that they put that stuff in the newspaper. One, because I probably haven't read a newspaper since I was assigned to in high school. Three, the video that I chose was the attachment theory, how childhood affects life. And just off the jump, I chose this video because I grew up, I had a very insecure attachment with my mother. I lived in a one-parent household, one-family house, and I had a very insecure relationship from her from the beginning, I would definitely say. But my husband had a very secure relationship, and it is just very obvious with how we handle things. But in the video, it shows that the youngest child, the father had passed away. The youngest child was, I think, 1, it said. And it was just going on about all the different things about how when you grow up with an insecure attachment, how your adrenal gland overproduces and it causes your blood pressure rise, and you get, it's called toxic anxiety. And basically later in life it causes your immune system to be weaker. Well, even as a baby, it can cause your immune system to be weaker. And that is what made me choose to watch that video, because in a past course that I took, a past human development course, it actually said that, and I'd never heard that before. And I was like, that makes so much sense, because I have an autoimmune disease. Like I have to go to the doctor all the time, and my husband constantly makes fun of me because he hasn't been to the doctor in probably 4 years. And that's not an exaggeration in the slightest. But now the question that I'm left with is, there's two kind of conflicting things that we hear all over social media now. And one is, we were never meant to just be friends, talking about you and your significant other, talking about the way that y'all ended up together. We were never meant to just be friends. I'm sure y'all have heard that. And then the other one is, well, we're best friends at core. Like when people talk about their marriages, they're like, oh, I married my best friend. Okay, so were you best friends, or were you always more than that? So I was just wondering which one y'all think holds true.